Imagine the thrill of redemption on the gridiron, where a storied rivalry reignites passions, and a team's resilience turns a long drought into a triumphant flood. Ohio State coach Ryan Day's post-victory press conference after a hard-fought 27-9 win over Michigan in Ann Arbor on Saturday captured it all, marking their first victory over the Wolverines since 2019, and paving the way to the Big Ten championship game, their first such appearance since 2020. But here's where it gets controversial. Is humility the ultimate key to sustained success in high-stakes sports? Or does it sometimes mask the raw hunger for dominance that fuels these intense battles? Stick with us as we dive into the full transcript of Coach Day's insights, breaking down the emotions, strategies, and personal reflections that made this win so special. In the heart of Ann Arbor, Michigan, following Ohio State's commanding victory, Coach Ryan Day sat down with the media to share his reflections. For those new to college football rivalries, think of the Ohio State-Michigan showdown as one of the fiercest in the sport. It's like a family feud played out on turf, where every tackle carries years of history and pride. Day expressed pure joy for his players, coaches, and the dedicated fans who stuck around until the final whistle, belting out cheers from the stands. Well, I'm happy for our players. I'm happy for the coaches, all the fans who were at the game. Man, it was great to see all the fans stay all the way towards the end and cheer on our team. And here in the Ohio, right here in the stadium. This moment wasn't just about the scoreboard. It was a celebration of perseverance, as the Buckeyes had endured a challenging journey. He praised the team's effort, noting how they deserved the spotlight after relentless hard work. It was a great moment for our players. They deserve it. They've worked hard. I thought they played really well and strong and physical in this game. And I'm happy for our coaches. But again, like I said, the fans even who weren't here, they'll be able to wear that block, and stand a little prouder. For beginners, the block O refers to Ohio State's iconic logo, a symbol of unity that fans proudly display. Day reflected on his past preparations for this exact scenario, deciding to approach the win with humility instead of grand declarations. And so that means a lot to me, means a lot to the coaching staff, to the players and my family. So I've thought, as you can imagine over the years, after winning this game, what I'd say in this press conference. And I'm gonna save all those comments, because I think the best thing to do is win with humility. And that's what we're gonna do, and I think that speaks to our program. It speaks to what it means to be a Buckeye. This philosophy underscores Ohio State's values, emphasizing grace and victory over boasting. And this is the part most people miss. In a game as heated as this, channeling passion without letting it boil over into arrogance can be the secret sauce for long-term excellence. The coach wanted to reclaim the rivalry this season, and the players delivered with intensity. And we wanted to take this rivalry game back this year. And so the way that our guys played certainly spoke to that. And they played with great passion and great physicality. And I'm just disappointed that we didn't get in down there and finish a couple of those drives early. Or else the scoreboard would have looked even differently than it was. But that's the rivalry game. And I'm just happy again for our players. It's a great, great win. Reflecting on the team's progress from last year to now, Day credited the players' dedication, highlighting unsung heroes like Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Sean Barnhouse, and Adam Stewart, whose behind-the-scenes efforts allowed key contributors to shine. And when you think about where we were at this point last year to all of the way now, there's been a lot of great football. And it's all about our players. And let's talk about like Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate, and what Sean Barnhouse and Adam Stewart did to help them get to be able to play in this game. Just tremendous, tremendous. I mean, if you really know how much work they put in to get on the field and how gutsy they are, and I'm sure the fans and everybody would just appreciate what they did in going out there and putting on the line. The defense, too, was a force, dominating at the line of scrimmage and making sideline-to-sideline stops. And then how about the defense? Just the physicality of the line of scrimmage, running from sideline to sideline, making plays. It was just great. They had a great look in their eye. I don't think there was any doubt when we walked into the stadium what was going to happen. Shifting gears, Coach Day discussed a pivotal fourth-down touchdown pass to Jeremiah Smith, a moment that exemplified preparation amid challenges. With the holiday week compressing practice time, Smith faced limitations in reps, yet performed brilliantly. When you get to this point of the season, there's just a lot of things on these weeks that, with Thanksgiving and how it works, you have to do a lot of walk-through work towards the end of the week. And quite honestly, Jeremiah was very, very limited. So for him to play the way he did with really not getting many reps all week, it's just a tribute to him. And then the throw that Julian made on that ball was tremendous. Julian Fleming's throw and Smith's catch were highlights, but the call itself was aggressive, rehearsed in walkthroughs rather than full practices. But that was a play that we had walked through. If we felt like the situation called for it, the right moment. You just never know what type of situations you're gonna get in a game, so you have to have a lot of options. And some of the things you can practice, but some of them you can't. That wasn't a play that we got a ton of practice in this week, really at all. But we talked about it, we walked through it, and that's, again, you gotta give our guys credit for putting it on the field. We felt like it was an aggressive call that we wanted to make in that moment. And so we did, and man, they put it on the field in a big way. But the protection was good, and obviously the throwing and catch were excellent. This underscores how adaptability in coaching can turn potential risks into rewards. A lesson for any aspiring strategist. The locker room celebration was a highlight of pure elation. It was, as you can imagine, it'll be a great memory of mine, just being in there with those guys and enjoying the win, and seeing them smile, and knowing what they just did on the field. I'll leave what we said in the locker room until Bill writes another book, and tells a story on this one, I guess. But no, it was just happy for our guys just to see the smiles on their faces, and see the sense of accomplishment. Day framed the game as a labor of love for their brother. A nod to teammate camaraderie, rather than fueled by animosity toward Michigan. That wasn't what it was about, and that's what they did on the field today. And then all the hard work, and they have phones and they read things and hear things. And so they know how important this is. And this is the #1 goal of our program. So to get this one checked, and now gives us an opportunity to get to #2. And that's in Indianapolis next week. And they were already fired up about that in the locker room. But here's where it gets controversial. Does playing for love rather than hate truly elevate team performance? Or is a bit of edge against rivals the spark that ignites greatness? Many fans debate this, and it could be the counterpoint in how sports psychologists view motivation. On a personal level, beating Michigan held deep significance for Day, who has been with the program for 9 years alongside his family. Well, yeah, to tell you that the last 4 years have been easy is not true. I take the responsibility of being the head coach at Ohio State very, very seriously. So does my family, so do the players, so do the coaches. So when you don't accomplish those things, you take it personally. And I understand what that means. I mean, my family's been here 9 years now, so there's nobody who wants to win this game more than me. But to win this game, it's just a great moment. And it's one of those moments that you want to just grab on for a while, and just enjoy it. Because just to see the joy on everybody's face is really what this thing's all about. Coaching, he explained, is about investing in people, not trophies or personal glory. That's what being a head coach is. It's not about you. It's not about raising trophies. It's not about winning games. It's about pouring back into the people that are around you. When I say people, it's the players, it's the coaches, it's their families and the fans, and that's what it is. And winning just gives us an opportunity to continue to do that and make an impact. And I think everyone in the fans and all of our supporters can recognize all the work that gets put in. And when it doesn't go the right way, nobody wavered, we hung in there. And it isn't easy, nothing about this profession is easy. But I'm proud of the men that we have and happy that they got this win. This perspective might surprise some who see coaching as a power trip, inviting questions about whether true leadership prioritizes relationships over wins. The 20-play drive that consumed 12 minutes of clock time, ending in a field goal, drew Coach Day's humorous self-criticism. Yeah, was that the one we scored on, or did we kick a field goal? Field goal. Yeah, still that won't rank anyway 'cause I kicked a field goal. That's not gonna work. You can't have 20 plays and not score a touchdown, my God. He tied it to the program's emphasis on performing in tough conditions, like bad weather. When we talk throughout the year, I know you guys have been in these press conferences when we talk about what we're trying to get accomplished. And I always say, yeah, this is great, but how's it gonna look when it's snowing sideways the Saturday after Thanksgiving? And that's exactly what it looked like today. It's snowing sideways.